This is Red Carpet Fly's News on the Fly podcast, bringing you unique and interesting entertainment, celebrity, and luxury news. Before we get started, you know what to do: like, follow, and subscribe to Red Carpet Fly, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single News on the Fly episode. Let's get into these headlines. So, Whoopi Goldberg says she liked to spread her mother's ashes on a Disneyland ride. So, Whoopi Goldberg shared a playful yet poignant moment on The View, expressing her wish to have her ashes spread on a particular Disneyland ride after she passed away. In a lighthearted exchange with her co-host, Goldberg emphasized her love of amusement parks and how it has been a significant part of her life. This candid revelation sparked a mix of amusement and reflection among viewers, highlighting Goldberg's unique sense of humor and her deepest personal connection to Disneyland. I think it's kind of weird. I won't lie, to have your ashes spread on a Disneyland ride. Could you imagine how would you go about pulling that off? And don't you think ashes might get on the other riders? I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking about this like too literally, but I really would think that someone would take ashes and spread them as they're on the ride. Maybe she's saying that she'd spread it like around the roller coaster or amusement ride and then ride it. I don't know how she would do it, but anyways, I think it's weird. However, what I do find endearing about the story is that she still has that childlike amusement about her, you know? The fact that she loves amusement parks and she likes roller coasters and everything. There's something very innocent and sweet and childlike about that. And I love that about Whoopi. She can have that, very sharp and very, grown up adult kind of comedic flavor, but she's kind of still a child at heart. And I really like that. So, anyways, I just thought that was a cute story to share with you guys. Moving on. So you guys all remember, I don't know if it was last summer or the summer before, I can't remember. So many things happen and it just feels like we're living in like hyperspeed. But if you guys remember, SAG AFTRA, and there was a huge writer strike going on throughout Hollywood and here in here in Hollywood and just throughout the entertainment industry. Well, anyways, actors are reflecting on the SAG after strike, and it's not going so well. AI is playing like it's still a huge factor for actors. So SAG after reflects on the aftermath of the actor strike sparked by negotiations over artificial intelligence rights. The union's discussions with producers have evolved since the strike, with ongoing efforts to address concerns about AI's impact on performers' rights and working conditions in film and television. Um, you know, and this is such a tricky subject, right? Because as we see, AI has been exploding everywhere. It's like, you can use it for calendaring and you can use it for creating art. And, we saw even with the Kendrick and Drake beef, how Drake was able to use, AI to, y- uh, write a whole song or at least a part of a song. I can't remember, with Tupac's voice. So, I think that actors and people in the creative spaces are not getting away from this. Um, and if you can use technology as opposed to a human who wants breaks and who wants insurance and who may get sick and who's may not be as reliable, Hollywood and just business, like just the business sector and everything, they're going to take the path of least resistance. So I actually heard a YouTuber, I can't remember her name. If I think about it, I'll put her down at the bottom or in the comments. But she was talking about how there's still a slump after the strike. So a lot of actors aren't getting any jobs. A lot of the studios have been tightening their purse strings, and they've downgraded the number of episodes that run in a series, and they also downgraded the characters. So there's kind of like a hierarchy of characters on a show. So you have your principals, and then you have your recurring, and then you have your guest stars and everything like that. Well, how studios are able to kind of tighten their budgets is that people who are principals may now be called recurring, so they get paid on a cheaper scale. Are you guys following what I'm saying? I know this is a lot of like business. It's like behind the lens of these shows and stuff. Um, but yeah, it hasn't been really great, and there hasn't been a whole lot of improvements. So I'm gonna keep my eye on this because while I'm not SAG-AFTRA and I'm not an actor, things tend to trickle downwards. So whatever's happening in Hollywood, it definitely is going to trickle down to influencers and people like me, podcasters and stuff, because it's kind of like what happens there starts to happen. The we start seeing a lot of the residual in this creative space. Do you guys follow what I'm saying? Comment below if you guys have any questions about the SAG after, or comments about the SAG after strike, or just your general observations about the entertainment industry. I know you guys are seeing it because it's been really slow with the new shows coming out and new movies. Like right now, I think the movies that are in the movie theaters that are doing good is Bad Boys and it's not Element. It's I don't know, that Pixar movie. I can't remember what it's called. But yeah, and they're thinking that Deadpool is gonna come and save the summer for our summer movies. But it's been kind of slow, and I know you guys are feeling it. Anyways, let me move on. So Bun B, a rapper there in Houston, distributes over 1,500 meals in Houston after Hurricane Beryl. So Bun B, alongside local partners, spearheaded a relief effort in Houston by distributing over 1,500 meals to those affected by Hurricane Beryl. The initiative underscores community support and reliance in the face of natural disasters, with Bun B's efforts receiving widespread recognition and gratitude from beneficiaries in the Houston area. I wanted to highlight the story because I went to school in Texas, and a lot of my college friends and sorority sisters live in the Houston area. I know a lot of them are without power, and prayers go out to the families that have been affected, my friends. I love when celebrities get involved in community events, and I'm glad that Bun B was able to go out and feed people that, since their power is out, that means, they have no food to, their food in the refrigerator has probably gone bad, freezer's gone bad, and they have to deal with all of, you know, rebuilding their lives. So it's always nice to get a nice hot meal. So shout out to Bun B for going out there and distributing these meals. Okay, guys, that's it for Red Carpet Fly. If you'd like to receive text notifications of when I post a new Red Carpet Fly article or podcast, or you'd like to know when I post a celebrity interview, please send a text to 917-502-4379 and say, I want to get fly text. Once subscribed, you will start receiving text messages regarding news on the fly episode or a celebrity interview. Also, if you have a business, podcast, product, social media account that you would like for me to promote, please email redcarpetfly@alexi@redcarpetfly.com to get rates for advertising. We're growing, guys. You can find this podcast on all podcast platforms. Just search for News on the Fly. And lastly, please like, follow, subscribe, and share our YouTube channel, Red Carpet Fly, and also follow us on Instagram and Threads at Red Carpet Fly. And until tomorrow, we'll see you. And until tomorrow, always stay fly.